Okay, this is part two. Part one sort of went a bit long, so I have to start a new one. This here is a pink guava, which I put in the ground only, I think it was 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, 4. And look at it, so majestic. Also known as a Hawaiian guava. These guys are ready in winter, between June and August. And it's already 3.5 meters. And the flowers are opening up any day. There they are. That's what they look like, the flower buds. This here is a jabuticaba, which gave its first fruit only 2 weeks ago. There wasn't many, only like half a dozen. But we were so thrilled that after waiting 8 years, it fruited. So if you want a jabuticaba taste test, you gotta plant these guys really early. Jabuticaba, Brazilian grape tree. Yeah, grapes that grow on a tree right here in Fruitopia. Exotic and rare. And these are oranges, guys, that have been on the tree since last summer. Yep, 12 months. And we can still pick them 12 months later. So they hang on a tree for over a year, which is pretty cool. They don't spoil, they don't fall, they don't get eaten. And that's sign of a perfect tree, right? We ate most of them, but there's still a good 20 left on this well-established navel orange tree. It's a spring variety. And next to it, we have a pomelo, which I planted only 5 years ago. And these are the new fruits coming for winter. Yeah, these guys are ready in winter. And they're still babies in size. If you know anything about pomelo, it's the largest sized citrus. And they do quite well here in Victoria. This is one of 3 pomelo trees I have in the ground. This is another favorite of mine. It's known as a tangelo. It's a sweet sour citrus. So you get the best of both worlds. It's like pomelo meets mandarin. And these also come in winter. And yeah, I've had this one now for about 7 years. And it looks like it's loaded again. Another good year for the tangelo. They're slow to get going the first 3 years. It's like, what the hell's wrong with my citrus tree? Well, there's nothing wrong with it. They just take time to get established. Look at it now. It's 4 meters tall, or 3.5 meters. Tangelo. A great citrus for winter. Delicious. And to wrap up the video from the back garden, here are some pears which are ready in February. I'm not a big pear fan, but we have the pears here too. So here we've got some bananas we picked about a month ago, and they're ripening up in the garage. How cool is that? Alright, so now we're in the front yard where I created a tropical driveway only 4 years ago. And as you can see, in only 4 years, I got bananas growing over the garage, like 5 meters, tropical lilies, a young mango tree, which unfortunately dropped its little fruit last week, but that's good for the tree. The tree will be able to grow. And then we've got one of 4 pineapple guavas, also known as feijoa. And here we have an exotic and rare cherry known as the Suriname cherry. This one is never fruited. It's flowered a couple of times, but we've yet to see any fruit from it. Next to it we have a key lime tree. That means dwarf-sized lime from Florida or from the Caribbean. And that one gives us some. And here's another pineapple guava. Another banana. Oh, and this banana here, it just sent out a blossom. So we're getting another rack of bananas from this any day. Thanks. And here we have one of 2 Japanese mandarins. These are great for late autumn, early winter. So these trees are young. They're only like 3 or 4 years old. There you go. It's got about 20 fruit on it. And there's another pineapple guava, another banana, and here we have one of 2 yellow cherry guavas, the sweetest of all guava. And finally, another banana before we hit the street. So let's get the show started. This is the front yard. I planted all except 2 of these trees only 4 years ago. So the other 2 were planted 5 years ago, and the rest were planted 4 years ago. Check it out. Look how much growth has been in only 4 years. So let's go quickly through it. This is one of 5 white sapotes. All of them are fruiting except for one. There's not enough I can say about the white sapote for Melbourne. Must have this, guys. It's like incredible. There's a small pomelo. This is a Vietnamese variety, and it's sweeter than the other 2 pomelos I have. So looking forward to these guys. There's the young fruit coming in winter also. And next to it is another white sapote. This is a Hawaiian variety. Basically, the white sapote come as a green fruit or a yellow fruit. This one's the yellow. Here I've got a plum cot, which we ate already. That was 2-3 weeks ago. The plum cot. And here we have kumquat, which is an ornamental dwarf-sized citrus fruit. These are nectarines, which we're protecting from the birds. Another white sapote. And this one looks like it's got the biggest one so far as being ready. Yeah, these guys might be ready as early as March. It's pretty cool. And here's another one. This one's never fruited. This white sapote. Here we have a white shatut mulberry or king mulberry. This one's just about finished. We've been gorging on these since mid-November. Another must-have tree in Melbourne or Sydney, down south. Huge. I've got to cut that back with a chainsaw every winter. It just goes over those power lines. Here's another mulberry. This one is more of a traditional black mulberry. Also dormant at the moment because it already fruited for us back in October. But the thing is, the mulberries have two fruiting seasons, spring and autumn. So this guy will be back in March. Here we have a yellow plum. I forget its name right now, but they're quite delicious. And next to it is one of our favorite peaches of all. Continuing with the front yard, here we are. This is the donut peach. Protected from the birds because everyone's favorite. Everyone wants the donut peach, also known as the satin peach. Here's another white sapote. This one had the largest ones last year, literally baseball size. It's a beautiful one. And here we have another mulberry. This is the red shatut. So the same as the white, except this one is red colored. This guy took like 4 years to get established, and now, after waiting and being patient, it's over 2 meters tall. Very beautiful and very fruitful. Gotta be patient, guys. And there's the jacaranda. It flowers in December for us here in Melbourne, but in the tropics this guy is flowering as early as September, October, which is early spring. That's alright, we can wait. We have to wait till summer to see this magnificent beauty. Jacaranda. Here we have another nectarine, which we already ate. It's an early variety, as early as November. And here is one of 2 pomegranate trees. 1, 2. These guys are real slow. This one's been in the ground for 4 years, and this one's been in the ground for almost 8 years. They've only fruited once. I only got a couple of fruit from each. I think it has something to do with the soil. It's compacted, or this huge hedge, which I planted 20 years ago, is taking all the water and nutrition away from them, being so close. But nevertheless, we're patient gardeners. We garden as if we have forever. Forever and a day. That's how we do it here at Fruitopia. Okay. Here's still short, still slow, wumpy fruit. And very slow, but it fruits, gives us a few fruit every year. This is also rare and exotic. It tastes like citrus. It's from the citrus family. It's a combination of citrus and longan. Longan marries a mandarin. And here's a blood orange. Also slow, very slow, but it fruits. Gives us a dozen fruit every year. In winter, these guys are winter bearers. So there you go. Oh, and there's a flowering ash. Another beautiful, warm, temperate, subtropical flowering tree. I planted this 20 years ago as a little straw, And now, together with the jacaranda, we have a great combination. Every Christmas. I'm going to wrap it up with these. Can anyone guess what these are? They look like cherries, aren't they? This has been a great year for this tree. It's only fruited for us twice. That is last year and this year. And this year, it's had a bumper crop. This is known as the Grumichama, another tree from Brazil. Thanks to Brazil, we're getting all these unknown, rare, exotic, delicious fruits. And this all belongs in the tropical cherry family. We've already eaten half the tree and there's still so many left. Grumichama. Beautiful. I don't know what I like better, the regular cherry or this one.